Good evening, I'm Paul Farbaugh, and welcome to the 1993 edition of NCAA 2 Division 1 Volleyball. IPFW against Ball State tonight. It's not a conference matchup, but these two teams have a lot on the line. A Grand Prix tournament berth in San Diego, and also interstate bragging rights. Ball State was 32-2 against IPFW in the beginning years, but IPFW has turned it around lately, winning 8 straight. These two teams come in with different paths. Ball State 11-13 last year, and of course IPFW Final Four material 27-9 last year. Both teams returning a lot of starters. Ball State, Todd Reimer, the big outside hitter, 6'6", he's a sophomore. His emergence is really key to a good Ball State team this year. They were 4-0 in a Canadian tournament in the fall, and they should be a better team. They're not the same team that they were last year when Ball State beat them twice. Ball State, on the other hand, has 3 preseason All-Americans. Setter Lloyd Ball, Quentin Spiegel on the outside attack, and Raul Papaleo also on the outside attack. It should be a good matchup tonight. Of course, Arnie Ball, the head coach for IPFW, was a player in the Shondell system. He graduated in '65. Shondell has been there since '52. These teams know each other. They know the systems. It should be a good matchup tonight. Coach Arnie Ball mentioned to me beforehand that he's not comfortable playing a good team like this right off the bat, but you have to play him sometime. A trip to San Diego is on the line tonight. Suck.
Or traffic is getting worse. How do you know about stock market trends, the risk of cholesterol, the history of witchcraft, or the future of spacecraft? With statistics, that's how. And how can you find out about statistics? With the new Statistics series, Against All Odds.
Turn to find help for an elderly person you love. Call the Elder Care Locator at 1-800-677-1116.
Is a need in your own hometown. Please join your local chapter.
For over 2 millennia, Western society has generated a rich visual tradition of painting, sculpture, and architecture. What do these images mean? How can we understand them? Art of the Western world will take you on an exciting journey that will suggest answers to these and other questions. Beginning in ancient Greece and ending on the brink of the future, it will examine many of mankind's most enduring artistic achievements.
Carol.
Tom.
Some people still don't realize how space technology benefits everyone.
Well, you played a detective. Why don't you give him a clue and I'll be your helper?
Okay, partner. Look at this.
Without warning, hurricanes can take a huge toll in lives and property.
But with space satellites, we now have ample warnings.
And thousands of lives have been saved.
Hey, Carol, we're a great team.
We're a great item.
Space technology.
This is what's in it for you.
Mental illness. We fear it. We laugh at it.
This guy's lost his
We scorn it. We think it's shameful. But these are misunderstandings. Misunderstandings that will fade away if we see mental illness for what it really is. A medical disease. A disease that can be treated if you just know where to turn. For an informative booklet, call the American Mental Health Fund.
And now the national anthem. Okay, we're ready to start here. Let's run down the starting lineups tonight. First for the Ball State Cardinals, Dave Barron, outside hitter. He's a senior. He'll be the outside. The setter is John Shondell, the son of Coach Don Shondell. Craig Skinner is going to be an outside attacker. He's a 6'1 senior. Greg Romano, a middle attacker. He's from Racine, Wisconsin, 6'5", 200. He's a sophomore. Bob DiDonato, a key player. He's going to be a middle attacker. Really the key to their defense back there. And their #1 star this year, Todd Reimer, a sophomore, 6'6", out of Racine, Wisconsin. He's really crucial to the way Ball State's going to attack the IPFW defense tonight. IPFW on the other side will start Quentin Spiegel. He's a middle hitter, 6'5 senior. Pepe Relat, 6'6 sophomore out of Puerto Rico. Raul Papaleo, another preseason All-American, a senior out of Puerto Rico. Roy Ball, an All-American pick from last year, the 6'9 setter out of Woodburn, Indiana, will run the offense. Peter Kujak, a middle hitter, a new face, a new name for IPFW, gets the start in the back as a middle blocker. And Norman Almodovar, also from Puerto Rico, a senior, rounds out his starting lineup. Or scratch that, Almodovar is a junior. As we mentioned earlier, both teams familiar with each other. Arnie Ball played for Coach Don Shondell down at Ball State.
Should be a real interesting matchup tonight, Paul. Ball State always plays tough here at IPFW. It always seems like it's an interesting game. They come into a series 9-33 against their matchups, and I believe the last time it went to a 5-game, and that I might be wrong on, but I'm recalling that from memory. So it will be a good game tonight.
Okay, back on serve for Ball State. Craig Skinner will get things started. As we're ready to roll, 1993 IPFW Division I volleyball. Almodovar with the pass, up the ball. Back set, a lot.
And that's the strong move that you're going to see a lot from IPFW, is that back row attack. That's where their strength lies so far this year in preseason, and you're going to see a lot of that happening tonight.
Raul Papaleo back on serve, and first service error for Papaleo and IPFW. Not a good start. Coach Ball mentioned earlier to me that he wanted to improve the serving this year. 3 errors they were lacking in. Also blocking and defense. Service error for Ball State. Bob DiDonato with a service error. Consecutive service errors, and if you can't get the ball in the court, you're not going to get any points. Both teams coming out a little tight. Spiegel now on serve for IPFW. That time, bad pass by Shondell.
Good block for IPFW.
Greg Romano into the net. Spiegel back on serve now at 1-0. High float serve, good deep serve this time. Shondell comes out to play it. That time, good penetrating block. Volleyball's going to come up with a block. 2-0 IPFW.
It's one of their assets, having a 6'9" setter.
Shondell now, cross court. Good save by Spiegel. Comes right back. Spiegel called for it. The timing off a little bit that time, the pass. Could have been a little tighter to the attack line that time. Side out, Ball State back on serve, Todd Reimer. Good low serve, ball now the set. Back outside of Maldivar. Off the block. Quick set, block back in. Peter Kujak. Good penetrating block that time, had his hands well extended over the net. Roofs it right back at Ball State. Kujak on serve at 2-0 now. Second service error for IPFW. And already the old bugaboo starting to bite up again. Dave Bear on serve for Ball State. Ball now the set, back to Maldivar, cross court. That time Bear couldn't come up with it. Tried to play it with two hands. Might have been better off just playing the dig with one arm. Side out IPFW. Good serve by Maldivar, free ball. Ball now with a save, have to get it over. Papaleo with a kill. Maldivar back on serve at 3-0. IPFW out in the jump, but that is the third service error. Greg Romano on serve now for Ball State. Maldivar, bad pass. Ball picks it up. Running the curl, Papaleo behind. Time Reimer comes through his first kill of the evening. Papaleo couldn't turn it back inside. Reimer tooled it off Papaleo out of bounds. It's now 1-3 on serve. Romano for Ball State. Good pass ball. The dink doesn't go that time. Blocked by Craig Skinner. Roy has to use his peripheral vision on that and see that two blockers were up against that. 2-3 Ball State. Their second service error now. Side out IPFW. Good spinning serve. Shondell with a set. Skinner coming in, and that time Spiegel with a block. Again, I'm seeing something, Christy, that it's good to see for IPFW supporters. Good penetration on the blocking. Fourth service error for IPFW. Both Spiegel and Kujak have had blocks already. Good stuffs back right at Ball State. And the only reason that they're doing that as compared to last year is they're getting good penetration, hands well over the net. Third service error for Ball State. Both teams coming out a little tight.
A little apprehensive so far this evening on the serving on both sides.
There's really no excuse for that. All you have to do is get the ball in bounds. That is the fifth service error. Coach Arnie Ball is scratching his head a little bit. IPFW took themselves out of a good rotation with three strong hitters at the front. Now Spiegel comes back. Shondell tried to save that one. Had the old praying mantis form that time. Stuck his hands together and clasped them in front of his face for a prayer, and that's what it was. Didn't get it back over. IPFW now does catch the line. Service ace. Oh, Papaleo.
That's a break for IPFW. Craig Skinner thought that one was definitely out of bounds. Ducked to even miss it, so it wouldn't hit part of his body, but that one was falling fast, and it was on the line.
5-2 now.
And that
quick set, that goes out of bounds. DiDonato, one of the key defensive stalwarts for Ball State. And another service error. That's 6 service errors in the first game already.
Arnie Ball giving his players a little bit of a hand down there. Come on, let's get going, get that ball in bounds. It's not that difficult. They do it every day in practice.
That time might have been a miss hit or an off-speed kill attempt.
Net violation, Ball State.
Ball State was into the net. That time took away a point. Spiegel now back on serve, 6-2. That time Kujak goes cross court. A quick set that time worked. Ball put that set just about 2 feet above the net. Kujak slams it home. Now 7-2. Combination double block that time attempt. Skinner saves now. Free ball, dump back over. Ball's going to set it up. Cross court, Almodovar stuffed that time. Romano and Todd Reimer there to turn it back inside.
Nice set by Lloyd Ball. That's what they got to look for. He's got to get the players that are going to cause the most on the offense, and that time it just was stopped by the Cardinals.
It's the third service error for Ball State. Well, you can see these teams are familiar with each other. Norman Almodovar does like to go cross court from that side of the court. Ball State had 2 blockers out, turned it inside, right back at it. Back row attack now does fall in. Off speed kill attempt, Reimer. Don't know if he meant to do that or not, but it's a good play. Ball State with the side out now, serving at 2-7, Dave Bear. Fourth service error. There have been 10 service errors in this first game. It's a good thing it is the first game of the season. You don't expect to see that many service errors really all match long. That time blocked. Papaleo and Rolat at the next. Skinner coming through, this time blocked in. Does it catch a Ball State player? IPFW into the net.
Side out, Ball State. Greg Romano back to serve.
Romano now back on serve, 2-7. Tough pass there for Almodovar. Back row set. Kujak. That time Romano couldn't handle it. Front row set.
To the back
Almodovar.
row.
That time they called a
lift,
carry on ball. And so it will be side out Ball State. Almodovar with a pass, quick set. That time stuffed by Bob DiDonato. Well, Lloyd's got to find an opportunity now for IPFW. They've had the cross court by Almodovar blocked, and now Rolat blocked up the middle. See what Ball does this time. One-handed set, dink by Spiegel. Shondell sets up outside. Bear off the blockers.
Back row's having a little bit of trouble right now judging where that ball is going to come. Last time Papaleo stood and watched it go by, and this time they just couldn't get to it.
Almodovar, good pass. Ball back set. Papaleo. Off-speed attempt. That time dumped over nicely. That's Bob DiDonato.
Raul Papaleo trying to make a play on that. Loy moved out of the way, but it just wasn't enough. IPFW having a problem with their defense right now.
Oh, nice set from Rolat. The quick hitter goes. Side out IPFW, serving at 7-5. Rolat back on serve.
No longer you say that, it's side out IPFW.
Weimer sprays spike wide. Now 8-5 IPFW. Skinner off the block that time, turned it inside. Papaleo couldn't turn it back in.
Side out, Ball State. Craig Skinner back to serve.
Good job by Skinner that time. Saw the 2-man block and turned it down the line. Overpass. DiDonato with a kill.
Point Ball State.
Bob DiDonato finding the nice opening in the Volleyball's defense.
Papaleo with a pass. Spiegel takes it, might have been out of bounds, saved by Ball State. Shondell setting up, Bear finds a hole in the defense right now. IPFW scrambling. Gonna take timeout here. Ball State on a little run of their own. We're down 7-2, now it is 8-7 IPFW. Right now, Coach Arnie Ball has got to be telling his team that they're not playing defense that well. Maldivar is supposed to take the pass. That last play, Papaleo took the pass and it got the offense out of sync.
Defense has got to be something right now that definitely that Arnie's talking to him about. A little bit lacking there. They've had a few problems on who's covering what. They've stood a couple times, let the ball drop. And that's something they're going to have to definitely get together with this kind of run the Ball State's making. It doesn't take very many, and then the points are right there, and they're at the top of this game. Ball State's got to be happy right now. Their coaches just got to tell them do what they're doing right now and get back out there. The service, I'm sure he's also trying to get them to calm down just a little bit to cut down on some of those service errors that we've seen on both sides of the court so far early in this first game.
Ball State mixing it up. Reimer with a couple of off-speed kill attempts and then came through there with a nice kill attempt. Finds a seam. Ball State working well now. Lloyd Ball over to Papaleo. Dug out of there by Skinner, and a carry called that time on Shondell. Side out IPFW.
We'll see if IPFW can do anything with this. They earn their side out, a chance to go back up a few points from from Ball State.
Good rotation in for IPFW. That time Ralat cannot come up with it. Good service down the line. Good pass by Maldivar that time. Kujak has been solid thus far. His third kill of the evening. Spiegel on serve. Reimer tied to adjust that time and wipe it off the blockers. Time a good set by Shondell, just an error on Reimer. 9-7 now, IPFW. Bear cross court, one-on-one off ball. And you're going to have to get more than one blocker on Bear when he's outside like that. Heading from the left side of Maldivar now.
Peter Kujak back to serve.
IPFW's outside hitters have to get going. Their back line, they've got to get a few more points on the board.
Good floater serve by Kujak. Time off the blocker, saved by Spiegel. 2 more hits. Maldivar back row attack. That time Shondell should have let his team play it. Blocked it out of bounds. Kujak back on serve at 10-8.
That's where the strength is. Definitely lies in the back row of IPFW.
7th service error for IPFW.
Dave Bear back to serve.
Dave Bear, a senior, on serve.
Well, the one thing IPFW has been fortunate of so far this evening, they've had the service errors, but Ball State turns right around, helps them out, and gives it side out IPFW once again.
Third time that it's been back-to-back errors on the service. This time Shondell going wide. Skinner blocked inside by Ball. Good penetration again. Jump service, first time we've seen that tonight. Just missed the line.
Talked to Arnie a little bit before this game, and he said he was going to try adding the jump serve in after the guys got warmed up. They've had problems with the standing serve, though, so I'm not sure what they're going to do here.
Nice jump set by Ball. Ralat now, back row set off 2 blockers. Spiegel, that's a good play. Good set by Ralat. Spiegel comes through with a back row attack, and it is 11-7 rather than 8 for Ball State.
Spiegel, one of the strong outside hitters.
That time the tough serve by Lloyd Ball and the bad pass from the back row. IPFW on a 4-0 run now. Good service that time. Lloyd Ball, you could just see that ball dive once it got right over the net.
A little bit of emotion there on Lloyd's part. Try to get this team fired up, get this big crowd behind the game. And obviously it worked. It's cost a timeout here by Ball State. There's a 13-7, like you just said. There's a 5-0 run for IPFW. They've got to try to do something to stop it.
Well, this team, Ball State, is a different one than from last year. Mentioned earlier, they were 4-0 up in Canada against some of the best Canadian teams. They come in here with a win already. There you see the attack there.
And that was the service ace by Lloyd Ball. And there's part of the crowd you can see as IPFW cheerleaders try to keep them excited after Lloyd's service ace. And I tell you, it's always amazing to see what kind of a crowd always turns up here to watch this men's volleyball team.
Not a bad crowd tonight competing with the Comets and IU basketball. Getting back to that point about Ball State, Coach Shondell said, well, you know, this team, I expected it to be a good team this year. We gained a lot of experience last year. We got beat up a little bit. But this year's team, yeah, I expected it to be a good team. And could give IPFW a great save there by Spiegel. Dinked over, Relat out of bounds, but that save was a good attempt there by IPFW. Can't fault IPFW on that play.
Nope, the crowd is definitely behind him on that. What an attempt. They thought it was out, and then once again, Lloyd comes with a diving save, and they get it over the net, but it just wasn't enough.
Quick set that time to Relat. The middle was open.
And that's the power you have in Lloyd Ball. You got to watch him. He knows where to send the ball, and that's just proof of that right there.
Ball now in the back row, has to rush up to his setter spot. That time played his set from back of the net. Shondell now the high set over to Bear against two blockers, falls in. That's Ball's responsibility, he didn't get there.
And that was nice siding there by Ball State as they saw it was a little bit shorter lineup on the front row, and they were able to tip that ball right over the top.
Craig Skinner on serve, jump service, 7-13. Good serve that time. Ball now back set, Relat with a dink. Romano never came up. Romano perhaps screened a little bit, didn't see Relat coming in from the side. Side out IPFW. That time blocked at the net, saved by Bear, going back to him. Almaldivar gets it back over, going back to Bear, this time a dink, Spiegel reacts. Reimer with a dink this time. Relat could not get there. A little more finesse right now from Ball State than the bombs away hitting.
Definitely some offensive play going on right now. They've got to get back into this game as they trail by 6. But that isn't going to do it as a side out IPFW.
Quinn Spiegel on serve now. 13-7. IPFW's having more success getting their jump service in than they are the regular serves. Spiegel with the jump service. That time Romano dinks it over.
Well, Arnie said they were going to go to the jump serve, and they have, and it's working for them. And we're back.
Someone was flipping the channels down in the control room or something, but we're back here, and he didn't miss much. A side out now. Chad Blatchley coming in. A back row specialist now. 13-7. They want to see if they can close it out.
Oh.
Chad's not going to live that one down.
Side out Ball State. Dave Bayer back to serve.
Well, we weren't laughing at him. He was laughing at himself as well, that's for sure.
Blatchley comes in.
Nice attempt at a block by Lloyd, but it wasn't good enough. He couldn't turn it inside.
Point Ball State. Bayer to serve.
Now Bear on serve at 8-13. Relat. That time the timing just a little off between Ball and Relat.
Bayer still serve.
2-point run by Ball State, back at 13-9, a 4-point differential.
Dave Bear working on Almaldivar. Good pass though. That time the communication off a little bit that time, but Relat saw something, able to dink it over.
I think the timing was off, and that would have been a kill for him, but it wasn't there. But he was smart enough to look over, see that the dink was there was a nice little hole behind that front line, and just dropped it in.
Norman Almodovar back on serve at 13-9 now. Dave Bear, the high set. One of the toughest sets for a setter because it has to be perfect. That time IPFW had 2 blockers, and when the set's that high, the defense can.
And the fans went on their feet as IPFW could have wrapped up this first one there, but once again, another service error and side out for Ball State.
Ball now backs it, Spiegel, back row. Dug out there by Reimer. Now Skinner on the attack. Lashley comes up with it. Papaleo. Romano played now to Shondell, going back to Skinner with the dink. Ball off the blocker. And that's what 6'8", 6'9" gives you. Not only is he a setter, but he can turn around and can attack the net like that when he sees an opening.
And here go the fans once again. They're going to try to get him through this one. Nice dig.
Papaleo cross court. Romano saves. Blatchley now retrieves. Have to get it over. Ball dinks. Shondell setting up Skinner. Blatchley now. Got to get it over. The top spin kill attempt just long. Ball State survives another one.
Raul Papaleo with a little bit of extra energy on that one, just trying to get this first game wrapped up.
Shondell on serve. The setter has to rush up to his spot now. Papaleo, other hand and into the net. The set a little too far into the net that time.
Good time right now for IPFW to tighten up his defense as it's 14-10. Their lead, but Ball State with the serve.
Shondell that time serving in between Papaleo and Almodovar. Free ball now for IPFW. Quick hitter over the middle, one-on-one. Spiegel over DiDonato. Peter Courier coming back in. Chad Blatchley now out. Pepe Rolat back on serve at 14-10. Another opportunity to wrap up this first set. Time Reimer comes in. 4 hits, didn't get it over. Game 1, IPFW 15-10. They survived 9 service errors. Got out to a 7-2 start. Ball State closed within 1 at 8-7.
And it wraps up to a 15-10 Game 1 win for IPFW.
We're going to take a timeout right now. We'll be back with second set action right after these messages.
A lot of my friends have already retired. But I wasn't ready for that. So I'm still teaching. This time in Belize, Central America. I decided to join the Peace Corps. I love my kids. And the way I figure it, I have the rest of my life to play cards.
Peace Corps, the toughest job you'll ever love.
My hero, Isaiah Thomas, Kevin Costner, Mr. Wong.
These are teachers, but to the kids they've reached, they're heroes.
My hero, Mrs. Wooten. If I don't get through to that child, who knows, maybe no one else will.
Teachers have the power to wake up young minds, to be heroes, to make a difference. Reach for that power. Teach. Find out how by calling 1-800-45-TEACH. Be a teacher. Be a hero.
Catch all the action of top-ranked men's volleyball this weekend at IPFW. Tickets available at all Ticketmaster locations or call 481-6643.
Back at the Mastodon, the Hilliard Gates Sports Center at IPFW campus now. first set history, 15-10 IPFW. Ball State coming in tonight 1-0. IPFW is their opener this year, and talking with Coach Ball earlier, he said he's a little concerned about how this team was going to react to playing a big name club right off the bat. And we saw 9 service errors in that first game, and some poor defense right off the bat. A lot of balls fell in. The dink attempts by Ball State were going well to start, and they closed with an 8-7. Then IPFW turned it around.
It's definitely difficult coming into your season opener. You can think you're really prepared and ready to go, but when you walk in and you're rated in 2 of the high preseason polls, that's a lot of pressure on you. And IPFW and Ball State are 2 of the Midwest teams. You look at the teams that are in these polls, and a lot of them are out west. And as far as you go east is Penn State, but if you look at most of these, it's UC Santa Barbara, Long Beach State, Cal State, Northridge. You're talking about people out west, and IPFW has made a name for themselves, so there's a lot of pressure no matter what kind of team they had this year walking into this season opener. But I think they're handling it well, and they obviously finally got it going about midpoint through that. Cut down a little bit on the service errors, and I think we need to see a lot more of that in the second game from both sides of the net.
Okay, we're about ready to start the second match here now. IPFW comes in. Preseason polls ranked 7th in Volleyball Monthly and 5th in Volleyball Magazine. And this matchup is pretty important, not only for the bragging rights, but also it's a qualifier for a tournament out in San Diego. And IPFW, it'll be a good test for them. They win here tonight, go out and play some good teams. They'll play 3 good teams out there in California. You'll see Pepperdine, Stanford, Cal State, Northridge, USC. They're all out there in that tournament. Be a lot of California teams. A good time to test themselves because the Final Four this year is going to be out in UCLA, and UCLA has all 6 starters back. They haven't been to the Final Four in 3 years. They're going to be the team to beat.
And here we go.
Papaleo starts for IPFW's second set, and that time Reimer comes through with a big swing. Finds a seam down the sideline, side out, Ball State. Touched on it a little earlier. Reimer has been the team's best hitter, the big hitter from last year. He's really come on. His blocking has improved. That time Rolat off Bear. Just a high flat shot.
But that's the back row attack and the strength of IPFW, and that gets them side out and starting off here for 2.
Time a little curl behind Romano with a kill attempt off the blockers. Offense is not a problem for IPFW. In the past, it's been the blocking, the defense, and of course the serving. 4 starters back this year for IPFW. Ball State 6 starters back. That time Skinner might get credit for the block, although Spiegel never got the ball over the net. 1-0 Ball State. Bear on serve. And a service error for Bear.
Service error. Side out for away. Peter Kuyak back to serve.
Peter Couillet on serve now for IPFW. Good set that time by Shondell off the blockers. Romano, 2 quick kills for him in this second set. Romano back on serve at 1-0. Bolivar. Back row attack. Spiegel that time. IPFW starting off with the outside hitters. Ball State pretty much even, jumping with the middle attacker on the quick set. Bolivar back on serve at 0-1.
Service error. Side out Ball State.
And that's...
I have them now for 10 service errors. That's the first and the second.
Second of the second game.
That time off a blocker, side out IPFW.
A little bit of miscommunication there on the Ball State offense.
Lloyd Ball now on serve. Jump service coming. Toughest part about the jump serve is getting the toss time. Time just a little long. Skinner now shows him how it's done. Good back set that time. Verlat thought he got a blocker. They didn't call it. Point Ball State now at 2-0.
Service error.
Another service error, but this time it's Ball State's.
Good rotation now for IPFW. 3 big hitters on the front row. That time the high flat shot did not go. Bear tried to bust it off the blocker's hands. IPFW pulled back in time. 1-2 now. Relat on serve. Tough serve that time by Relat. Saved. Relat have to get it over. Ball does. Shondell now with the set. Reimer with the dink out of bounds. Called in. Caught a line.
Definitely thought that one was out as they pulled the arms back.
That time Almodovar right on the line, no doubt about that. Another service error. And Papaleo on serve. Reimer blocked. Ball now the set. Double option still alive now. Papaleo to reset. Now ball. Quick hitter Kuya.
First kill for Kuye in this game. All tied up, 2-2. Ball unable to get to that dink.
Dave Bear with the dink. IPFW struggled with the finesse game from Ball State in the first set. Papaleo, tough service. Relat comes bombing through.
And they called that one a little bit long.
Good call by the official. Ball State now serving at 3-2. Almodovar is the passer for IPFW. Off the blocker, still alive. 2 more hits. Bear now. That time the set was high enough. Bear was able to see where his blockers were at and find a seam just outside of Spiegel. 4-2 now, Ball State.
Little frustration on IPFW's faces. Their defense needs to get going here.
One thing I've noticed, the penetration on the block isn't in much. A facial served up by Romano. His 3rd kill in the second set here. Now 5-2 Ball State. Almodovar, good pass to ball. Quick hitter. Blocked that time. 1-on-1. Romano gets it. Quick hitter. Set up again. Combo play. Blocked that time. Dave Bear with a block. Stuffed back. Timeout IPFW. Trailing 2-6. Ball State coming out. Very diverse offense. Mixing the finesse with the bombs. I want to let you know about this College Cable Access Program Guide. Provides information about our programming, including our monthly sports programming. To receive your free Channel 6 program guide, send your name, address, and zip code to, see it on your screen, College Cable Access Center at IPFW, 2101 Coliseum Boulevard East, Fort Wayne, Indiana. The zip is 46805, $14.99. If you'd like, you can give us a call at 481-6582. That is, again, to pick up free access program guide.
And we're back. It's IPFW after that timeout. Hopefully got themselves straightened around defensively as a 4-0 run for Ball State.
And of course, sports programming includes Division II men's and women's basketball. Men's team recently ranked number 4 in the nation. And Division I volleyball. Kill there by Almodovar. Side out IPFW. Good timeout call by Ball there. Set up a planned play for Almodovar. He works the cross court well. There was ball. Bear with a tip. And again, Ball State mixing it up.
Quentin Spiegel unable to get to it.
Good floater serve that time. Ball has to come out and get it. Almodovar with a dink of his own. Skinner with a great save. Papaleo resets. Quick dink attempt by Ball. Diving effort. Shondell can't get to it. Side out IPFW. Good defense by both teams there.
Peter Kuyak back to serve.
Coulier on serve. Just misses wide.
Service error.
IPFW once again with 4 service errors here early in the second.
Moldavar. Shondell now sets up Skinner, cross court. Papaleo comes up with it now. Back to a Moldavar off a blocker. 2 more hits. Skinner blocked inside by Ball. That time, a little bit of a carry there called on Reimer. It's not the normal setter back there. Trying to get it back to Shondell. Side out IPFW, 6-2, or 2-6 rather. Ball State leading. Pretty play by DiDonato that time. Quick hitter, blocked by Ball. Good penetration over the net. That time it's 6-9 on 6-2. Ball came up the winner, 3-6 now. Moldavar on serve. Quick hitter, DiDonato. Back row attack, Bear, played by Spiegel. Going back to him. Off the blocker, Shondell saves it. Another hit coming. Skinner, saved by Couillet. Undecided if that ball is going to go in or out. Had to play it off his body. The players want to try and hit that ball up instead of to the side there. He didn't know if that ball was going to be in or out. Side out Ball State. That time, just some bad timing there by Roland. That is a tough play for the players. The ball over the net.
Here's a good tight shot there of number 10, Bob DiDonato of Ball State.
Shondell the setter on serve. Roland the quick hitter. Shondell was inching up to his position to set the ball. Left the seam open. Roland takes advantage. Side out. IPFW. Ball on serve. 3-7. Time Skinner. Defensive assignment that should have been Couillet.
Skinner back to serve.
So we take a look at the channels that you might want to check out also. Skinner back on serve. We'll just do a radio play-by-play here. And we're back one more time again. He didn't. Service ace by Skinner.
Skinner to third.
Skinner with another jump serve. Quinn Spiegel comes through, front row attack.
Back to serve.
Understand our monitor is going wacky up here in the broadcast booth, so you are still seeing the game at home even though we're not seeing it on our TV screen, so we'll just keep calling the action. That time, Reimer comes through. Big swing from the outside.
Bob DiDonato back to serve.
Ball State running some combos now, mixing up the finesse game. And with their regular attack and off the blocker, Ball State gets another point. 9-3 now, Ball State leading. IPFW won the first set 15-10. Jumped out early in that game.
Ball State's defense is definitely coming on strong, but they're side out for IPFW. And IPFW needs to get something going here on their offense as they've trailed from 6-2 and now it's 9-3.
Time a good blocking core on the front line for IPFW. IPFW is the taller team, does help them on the block. This time Couillet with a carry. Couillet didn't make any errors in the first set. He's had a couple here in the second. Side out Ball State now.
Back to serve.
Reimer, good jump serve. Papaleo handles it. Couillet comes back with a quick hitter. Peter Couillet that time back with a vengeance. Good call by Volleyball there, going right back to Couillet. Give him some confidence on the quick hitter. Reimer bombing from the outside.
Ball State earns another side out. And substitution coming in for Ball State, number 15.
That's Scott Oath coming in.
And he replaces number 4, John Shondell.
Shondell's the center. This is going to be interesting now. Who's going to handle the setting chores? That's probably going to be Skinner. It's going to be Bear rushing up now. Over that time off the blockers. Spiegel with another kill. 3-9 now. IPFW back on serve. It would be Peter Kruyak.
Side out for Wayne. Peter Kruyak back to serve.
We haven't
a big service error by Kruyak.
Say we haven't seen much of the jump service here in 2, and that was working there to the end of the first. Surprised if IPFW doesn't go back to that type of serve.
Well, the jump serve helped key IPFW's late run in there in the first set. That time Almodovar plays very well opposite ball. He likes that side, very comfortable there. Oath coming out, Shondell in.
Norman Almodovar to serve.
Almodovar on serve at 3-9. Second consecutive service error for IPFW now.
Unofficially, them down for 6 here so far. Going back to the way they were in game 1.
That time pretty pass by Ball there.
Ball with a quick set, earns another side out for the Mastodons.
Bear now up with it, Shondell. That time tough set. Called off IPFW that time. The set was just a little wide outside the antenna. Bear came through, tipped it off an IPFW player. Skinner now on serve. Papaleo. Jump set by Ball off. Shondell.
And Raul Papaleo sends it into the crowds.
Papaleo, the leading kill leader for IPFW last year, 490. Kills on the season off. The IPFW blocks side out Bob DiDonato. Out of every 3 sets for Papaleo, 1 of them did not come across the net. Norman Almodovar second on the team with 466 kills last year. Almodovar now the pass. Spiegel off the blocker that time.
A lot of side outs here, and IPFW needing something to go offensively as we still have a service of 3-9.
Shondell now sits up Bear.
The kills it wide.
Misses, tried to go down the line against 2 blockers, did not put it in. 4-9 now, Papaleo on serve. Ball comes up with it now. Spiegel sets him Almodovar, still saved. Now 3 ball, Romano. Ball State that time saw IPFW was sucked a little too close to the net that time. Off-speed kill attempt by Romano, good. 9-4. Reimer back on serve.
Service error. Side out for Wayne. Quentin Spiegel back to serve.
Spiegel on serve now at 4-9. That time a bad pass between Skinner and Bear. That time Bear stepped in, Skinner had the ball. A gift point, Spiegel on serve now at 5-9. Shondell, high set for Bear. Almodovar back row attack, good get that time by Skinner, but it is out of bounds. And Almodovar really plays well opposite the hitter. He's really comfortable over there. He's been the #1 attacker for IPFW. And Ball State's going to take a timeout now. A little mini run by IPFW of 3 points. Ball State still leading though in the second, 9-6. Tune in to Channel 6 Thursday evening, January 21st, to see a basketball doubleheader. 6 p.m. the Lady Knights from Bellarmine College will take on the IPFW Lady Dons. Then at 8 o'clock, see the Bellarmine College men's team against the IPFW Mastodons. Catch all that action right here on Channel 6. That's NCAA Division II, 6 and 8 p.m. Bellarmine against IPFW. Many run, 3-0 run by IPFW has them back in the contest. Papaleo still on serve.
If you did not receive a spirit towel, you can get one at the apparel table at the west end of the gymnasium for $2, along with many
Scratch
other
that. It's Quentin
IPFW
Spiegel on
items.
serve.
Spiegel continues serve for Fort Wayne.
Backset dink by Reimer. Seems that every time Ball State wants a point, they go to Reimer, and Reimer comes up that time with a dink.
Substitution for Ball State.
They're exploiting Ralot a little bit. He's playing back on the
He replaces number 2, Dave
end line.
Oliver back to serve.
Reimer has consistently dinked for Ball State points and side outs. That time a bad set by Ball. Almodovar into the net. 10-6 Ball State.
Point Ball State. Oliver to serve.
Ball with a quick dink. Time Romano, the quick hitter. 11-6 now, Ball State responding to that timeout. 2 straight points of their own. Back on serve, a new player in for Ball State is Robert Talamar, and that time blocked by Romano. 2-man block by Ball State.
Ball State taking back the 3-0 run IPFW had gained on him. It's a 12-6 lead.
Time Tolliver tried to go down the line, a little change up there. Chad Blatchley now coming in. Peter Couillet coming out. Last time Blatchley was in, he served up a donut right in the back of Loy Ball. Serving at 6-12. Big swing that time by Crank Skinner for the Ball State side out.
Side out, Ball State. Greg Romano back to serve.
Greg Romano now on serve. This can't be one of their strongest rotations as they have DiDonato and Shondell up in the front line.
And another service error for Ball State so far.
Roman Almodovar on serve at 6-12. Tough serve by Almodovar. Shondell handles. Romano has to hit from back row. All set up by a good first serve. 7-12 now.
Almodovar to serve. Service error. Side out, Ball State.
Another service error for IPFW. They break into 7 so far.
The setter Shondell on serve now. Almodovar handles it up to Ball. Spiegel off the blocker. Free ball. Ball connects. Shondell claiming that Ball was in the net that time.
Ball back to serve.
Only the team captain, Shondell, being one of them, are allowed to talk to the official, the referee. Does no good. IPFW on serve that time. The attack just long. Ball now on serve at 8-12. And that time the ball just a little too low, descending a little too fast for Ball to control. Skinner with his own jump service error.
Substitution for Fort Wayne, number 11.
Chad Blatchley coming out. Peter Couillet back in on the front row. Pepe Ralot back on serve now for IPFW at 8-12. 3 service errors in a row. You can guess what the next practices for both teams will be about. Back set that time. Spiegel off the space of Skinner.
Side out Fort Wayne. Raul Papaleo back to serve.
Papaleo on serve, handled by Tolliver. That time blocked Couillet. A good penetration. Hands well extended over the net. 9-12 now, a substitution for Ball State. Paul Nikiforev coming in, Craig Skinner coming out.
Papaleo to serve.
Nikiforev played a lot for Ball State last year, but Skinner has come on. Back set that time for Reimer.
The kill by Todd Reimer. Side out Ball State. Reimer back to serve.
Reimer has been the big gun for Ball State. He's back on serve at 12-9. Good jump service that time. Spiegel off 2 blockers. Shondell high back set. Reimer off 2 blockers.
The kill off the block by Reimer. Point Ball State.
Pretty kill by Reimer that time. Nothing fancy about it, just going right through the blockers. IPFW with another timeout, now trailing 9-13 in this second set.
In women's basketball action tonight, the IPFW Ladies on Basketball team, Jackson University.
Channel 6 is now accepting applications for the underwriting of the televising of IPFW sports events and other programs. For more information about how your business organization can utilize this opportunity, you can give us a call here at the Channel 6 office during business hours. That's 481-6582. Again, IPFW looking for corporations to underwrite. Fort Wayne National Bank has sponsored a tournament for IPFW. Has been very successful over the years. Sold out crowd here tonight. It looks to me like, Christy, there's not a seat to be had. Many people standing in the aisles. Treated as some good volleyball.
Yeah, many of those people didn't get in until the second game. They were waiting in line outside in a little bit of the bitter cold, but they're obviously glad they're here. The game are good, and it's 13-9 Ball State as they're back to serve.
Now you see Ball State stacked up, a little different offense that time. Couillet misses on the quick set. Dumped back over by Nikiforev. That time, Valdemar off the blocker, and he's very effective going cross court from opposite side. He's been the main gun for IPFW here tonight. Quentin Spiegel on serve. Reimer bombing from the top. Back row, Papaleo came up with it. But it is long side out Ball State.
Not much other choice with that one. That ball came hard. You get your arms underneath it was a break for IPFW.
That's Robert Tolliver back on serve, not Nikiforev. Quick hitter that time, Couillet. Middle hitter, he's very good at the quick set. That time bad pass by Tolliver. That time Tolliver just reached for the ball instead of getting his body in front. He's going to come out now. Dave Baer back in.
IPFW continuing to climb, being down as far as 9-3, and they are only down 3 and serving.
That time tried to go off the blockers. Paul Nikiforev. IPFW pulled back at the last moment. Now Couillet back on serve at 11-13. Quick set that time, Shondell to Romano. Side out Ball State. Ball State got a little, go ahead.
Oh, that's right. Ball State back to serve, go ahead.
I think Ball State has made IPFW a little tentative at the net that time. A dig attempt by Ball. Reimer bobbing from the back row. Called long, close call there. The finesse has pulled up Ball State, IPFW rather, a little bit off the net. Trying to cover, lean back a little bit and cover the dink attempts. That time poor pass by Baer. Reimer from the back row. Couillet comes up with it. Tip that time by Ball.
IPFW 1 point back into tying this one up, and the last time this one was tied was at 2-2 very early in this game.
Valdemar, another tough serve. Shondell. Pass too wide for DiDonato to handle. Timeout, Ball State, 13 apiece. All the way back down from 12 to 6. IPFW up a set. And now 13-13 in the second.
You too can join in the excitement of IPFW athletics by participating in the Royal Dons Club. The Royal Dons Club is the official booster club for all IPFW athletic teams. Members enjoy priority seating at all IPFW sporting events, food and refreshments in the hospitality room, admission to IPFW media luncheons, and association with other Mastodon supporters, just to name a few benefits. For information on becoming a member of the Royal Dons Club, call Lisa Moreland at 481-6027 or write to the Royal Dons Club, 2101 Coliseum Boulevard East, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805. And that name is Lisa Moreland if you'd like to become a part of the Royal Dons Club.
Amaldor continues serve for Fort Wayne.
Maldavar's serve is long, and boy, that is a cardinal sin. You take a timeout. The only thing Maldavar has to worry is getting the ball in play. He gives the other team a chance to regain some momentum. Bad play that time by Maldavar. Spiegel, this time 2 blockers. Spiegel sets Papaleo, 2 blockers again. Skinner coming up against 2 blockers, saved by Spiegel. Into the net, IPFW, and Ball State has what it's looking for. A chance to wrap this second game up.
No, they called that on Lloyd Ball, and they gave it a point to Ball State.
Lalonde with the kill. IPFW side out. Time dig attempt by Papaleo, celebrating a bit early now. Ball State keeps it alive. This time for Skinner, cross court. Saved by Spiegel that time. Shondell sets up Reimer, blocked in by Spiegel. 2 blockers up. Reimer goes right through them.
IPFW really leaving a hole there wide open for Ball State, and it's side out and a chance for them to wrap this one up. IPFW needs to be on their best defense right now.
Skinner tried to do it with a jump serve, another service error. And the crowd starting to rock a little bit. Bear rises up off Ball's face.
IPFW having to hold on. You only need to win by 2, and this could be it for Ball State.
Papaleo over 2 blockers. So kept alive. Now Reimer bombing away wide. Thought he caught an IPFW blocker there, but he didn't.
IPFW, a little bit of communication there, trying to settle themselves down. Now is the time they need to make some good moves on the floor.
Dave Bear off the blockers.
Oh,
good call there.
Definitely calling that off the block.
got his hand on it. Now officials conferring.
IPFW players a little bit of disbelief. They
heard your whistle.
Thought they were clear of that one.
I thought I felt it before the ball hit.
And we tried to hear the communication there between the officials.
Papaleo, tough pass to Ball. Spiegel up on 2 blockers, blocked in. Called in, caught the line. Second set, Ball State, 15-13. We're tied at 1.
1 apiece. Tough break for IPFW as they came down from as much of a 12-6, 9-3 earlier in the game, and what a tough wrap-up for IPFW.
Okay, we're going to take a break right now and be back with more volleyball action right after these brief messages.
What comes to your mind when you think about mathematics? Clowns, street sweepers, the Red Sox, robots, the weather, earthquakes, Disney World, pineapples, conventions, parking tickets, fishing. If these practical applications of contemporary mathematics didn't make your list, you should watch public television's math series For All Practical Purposes.
You made it!
Hey, I couldn't have gotten through physics without you.
Yeah, well, you're on your own at college.
It's not fair.
That's all right. I'm gonna get a job, you know, I'm gonna start working, I'm gonna save, and I'll be in college in another year or two.
So, what do you have planned, Mike?
I think I'm gonna go home and make a sandwich. Okay.
Support the United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Catch all the action of top-ranked men's volleyball this weekend at IPFW. Tickets available at all Ticketmaster locations or call 481-6643.
And we're back to the Gates Sports Arena, and that's just recently been named that. Thought we would remind everyone about that. Hilliard Gates from Channel 33 here in Fort Wayne got the honors of having this nice arena named after him, and it is quite an honor when this commuter college, as it is, has 12,000 students that attend here, and that's quite a big event for IPFW, and it shows what kind of support they have, especially for this men's volleyball team, as we have seen nothing but lines and people still coming into the game.
Okay, right now we're going to take a break right now. IPFW.
And right now we're going to find out what is the biggest difference between this year's team and last year's team, and we'll be right back.
Team and last.
Loss of Neil Day and Tom Junkie is a big difference in our team because we had two kids who had 4 years of experience in the middle, and the middle is a solid foundation for your defense. So we're going to have Felipe and Quentin and Peter Kuyak, a new player, step forward in our middle if we're to be as successful as we were last year.
How important is it for you to come out and win this first match?
And
get ready to kick off the third set here. That is Coach Ball again.
Chance for IPFW to redeem themselves here in game number 3. They had a rough time. They really got themselves too far behind in game number 2. They found themselves down as much of 9-3 early. Were not able to battle back. They got it back to 13-13, but then just lost their momentum as Ball State wrapped that one up, Paul.
Well, the big key was Norman Amaldavar tied it up on serve at 13-13 off a Ball State timeout, served the ball long. Gave the momentum back to Ball State. Ball State starting off strong here with a block that time by Bear on Craig Collins, a new substitution in. IPFW trying to shake things up a little bit. Peter Couillet on the bench. Bob DiDonato back on serve with 1-0. Ball now, Papaleo set up cross court.
Side out IPFW.
Side out Fort Wayne. Papaleo with the serve.
Papaleo on serve now with 1-0 in the third set. Tied at 1 apiece.
Nice dink and a little bit of a lost thing. Philippe just read that a little bit wrong. Looks like he might have hurt his wrist landing on the floor.
Pepe Relat, they're trying to take advantage of it. Reimer especially, anytime Relat there is on the back row, they're trying to find where he's at and take advantage of him. Must have seen something there. That time, 2 blockers up. Perhaps not a good decision by Ball.
Nowhere for Spiegel to go. Point Ball State, 2-0 early, starting off number 3, and they are still on their, I would still say they have their momentum going, Paul.
Oh, yeah. This time, back set by Ball. Ball trying to shake things up a little bit to make that quick set over the middle more effective. But it is long by Collins. Collins played extensively last year. He's a sophomore out of Detroit. Nicknamed the Spider.
think we need a few extra arms out there right now.
Bear now with the dink. Willott plays up on it. That time off speed by Spiegel. The difference that time, 2 on 1, and he was able to dink it over.
IPFW trying to get on the offensive end. Game number 3.
Ball State now picking on Willott.
Definitely looking at him as a weakness right now, as they've gotten 2 points off of Willott.
Olivar
finds a hole in the back row, Ball State. Trying to shake it off to earn a side out, but Spiegel's back to serve for IPFW, 3-0. Ball State leading.
That time, Reimer let Shondell run all the way back to get the set. Tough play for Shondell to make. Results in an IPFW point. Spiegel on serve at 1-3. Time bad pass by Bear. Free ball for IPFW. Aldebar sets.
Spiegel still serves.
Another point for the Dons. 2-3.
Shondell, quick hitter, Romano. A little bit of a shoot set that time. Pretty play by Romano. Leading just as the ball was set.
IPF defense having a tough time getting to those quick sets. Ball State's been able to find the holes in that back line. Something IPFW needs to work on in their defense.
Norman Aldebar back on serve at 2-3. Time the dink caught the corner. Bob DiDonato.
Tough break for the Dons. Definitely just found the corner.
That time, Aldebar and Papaleo both converging on the ball. Blocked by Willott. Reimer now backs it. Bear coming through that time. Good penetration by Papaleo. Roofs it right back at Ball State. Side out IPFW. Bad pass by Bear. Shondell comes up with it. That time off the block. Reimer.
Side out Ball State. Craig Skinner back to serve.
Rolled it off the outside blockers of IPFW. Craig Skinner on serve now.
Nice block.
By
Dave Bear.
Point Ball State.
That time ball playing the set a little bit below his head. Don't know if that was planned or not. Bear reacting to the ball over the net.
Bear being a major factor right now against the net. Not only a block, but a good kill. And Ball State jumps up 3 points there, 5-2.
Willott capitalizing on the ball at the net. Willott is on serve now at 2-5. And another slow start for IPFW. Time Reimer, did he catch a blocker? Did catch Papaleo. Side out Ball State. Both Reimer and Bear are mixing it up well. Getting the blockers back on their heels. Dinking the ball over and alternating with the hard kill attempts. Ball resets. Papaleo on 2 blockers, goes cross court. Dug nicely by Bear. Stuffed that time by Craig Skinner.
Nice weakness found by Ball State in that block. A little bit of a gap, and they were able to drive it through.
Well, that time the block was just set up too far away from the net. Anytime they can stuff it down, you have to get up and get your hands over and penetrate.
Side out IPFW.
Bombing again from the opposite side.
Side out Ball State. Todd Reimer back to serve.
Take away the service errors for Ball State, and they played a pretty solid contest thus far.
The serves in wide. Side out for Wayne.
Real big announcement here so far in the middle of this game. We'll keep everybody up to date because we're glad you're watching us. 32-31, Illinois leads Indiana at the half.
A lot with the save. Now ball over at the net. IPFW another hit. Almodovar with a good kill attempt. And if you're taping the game at home, if you're watching us, we'll let you know in advance. We're not going to say any more scores after this without giving you a preview. You want to turn down your sound or just plug your ears for a couple of seconds on the IU-Illinois game. Doing a little housekeeping now. Shondell has cleaned up the west spot. Collins back on serve at 3-6 for IPFW. Bad pass by Bear. Going to play it from the back row. Might have taken off just a little bit in front of the attack line. Does catch a line. And Bear on serve now. Good floater serve by Bear now. Ball back set Ralat, bombing from the back. Free ball now for IPFW. Almodovar cross court. Bear read it perfectly. Shondell the setup. Skinner.
He fills that out.
That time the high set. It's a little too wide for Skinner to handle. Side out IPFW. Back row dink. Reimer again. This time Collins, the victim. And it's very tough with a hitter like Reimer who can bomb from any angle of the court. He's really mixing it up well and has IPFW in the back row guessing what he's going to do.
So far it's caused nothing but confusion.
Almodovar cross court. Dug out of there nicely by Romano. Back. Reset. Ball. Back to him. Almodovar this time finds the seam.
Almodovar finding the nice outside hit. As right now, I think if they go inside for Ball State, they've dug about everything they've sent to them.
Dave Bear is reading Almodovar very well. That is his favorite kill attempt. Cross court, the hard angle coming out of bounds. Saved by Ball State. That time dinked over. Volleyball controlling the ball at the net. And again, the size differential playing a little bit of a part there. Side out, scratch that, point IPFW, 4-6 now. Scott Oath.
The kill by Scott Oath. Side out, Ball State. John Shondell back to serve.
Shondell, the setter, back on serve. He is the coach's son. Dink attempt that time by Ball, and Bear comes up and pounds it home.
Craig Collins caught that a little bit on the tip of his fingers. Once again, 7-4 Ball State. IPFW not wanting to fall too far behind.
Got to get it over. Papaleo does off the blockers. 3 more hits. Time blocked by Ralat. Rule not in the net. Side out IPFW. Well, I think it all comes back, Christy, to IPFW not getting any penetration at the net. The blockers are playing off and allowing Ball State to come in and bomb. The back row defenders really don't have much of a chance if they're not going to get any penetration up front. Side out Ball State. Craig Skinner rather on serve at 7-4. Collins. Kill attempt. Ball State rolled into the net. Side out IPFW. High set. Time by Shondell. Bear does a good job with it off the blockers.
Side out Ball State. Scott Oath back to serve.
Scott Oath on serve. Played just a bit in the second set, now in the third. Perhaps both coaches thinking this is going to be a 5-setter. And make sure those legs are fresh. Final game. Back set, Reimer bombing through. We don't have a number on his kill percentage right now, but I'd have to say he's well above 50%. Kill percentage is the number of kills out of the number attempted. And anything really over 33% is considered rather good.
Nice block by Ball State. 8-4. The Dons trailing by 4.
Ball State's playing better defense right now. That time the quick hitter by Spiegel. IPFW Spiegel under the net. 9-4 Ball State. IPFW a timeout. After winning the first 15-10, Ball State has come back, winning the second and now up 9-4 in the third. Channel 6 is now accepting applications for underwriting the televising of IPFW sports events and other programs. For more information about how your business or organization can utilize this opportunity, give us a call at the Channel 6 office. That's during business hours, 481-6582. It's a wonderful opportunity if the crowds are any indication of what's to come this season. Sold out on a night when Indiana is playing on TV and the Comets are in town. The house is packed and they're seeing some good volleyball.
Crowd trying to get riled up a little bit here to get the Dons into this one. Don't want to let Ball State walk out with the middle two.
Reimer will continue serve.
But Reimer's still back to serve, and we'll see if the timeout had any effect.
Moldovar, tough pass for Ball. Coming back to Moldovar, the dink of his own. That time a little bit of reverse medicine. You don't see that too often from a Moldovar. Chad Blatchley coming in, back row specialist. Collins coming out. Blatchley at 4-9. And that time, Romano stuffs it in between the net and the blockers.
Once again, there's that gap you've been talking about, Paul, in between the net and the block, and Ball State's been very effective in finding the hole.
Bear with the jump service into the net. This game is important for both teams because in February, the winner of this contest is going to get to play out in San Diego in the ASICS Grand Prix tournament. You mentioned before the top teams are out in California. That time the block by Ball turned it back inside. Top teams are out in California, and in all likelihood, one of 3 teams from the Midwest here is going to get to go out there, either a Ball State, IPFW, or Ohio State. And getting a chance to see those teams out in February will be a big boon for whoever gets to go to the Final Four.
And off the block, Ball State will have the ball side out as they lead 9-5 here in game number 3.
Spiegel bombing from the back row. Norman Moldovar back on serve at 5-9 now. He's been the most consistent attacker for IPFW tonight. Oath that time blocked. Ball with a block again.
That's what IPFW needs. They need to get something going, a little bit of momentum, a little bit of excitement on their side of the net.
Moldovar with a tough service. That time the play set, Skinner reacts to the ball, blocked out of bounds.
Now Ball State's going to ask for a timeout. IPFW coming back 7-9, and it's their serve here in game number 3. If you just joined us, it was 15-10. IPFW's win in the first, and they lost number 2, 13-15.
Right, you are. I think Ball State is doing it with better defense right now. Take another listen to Coach Arnie Ball, and he's going to tell us what this match means to IPFW tonight.
And win this first match.
It's important for us to come out and play well. Certainly it's important to win as well, but it's really important for us to come out and play well. and I really believe that we're in a position to do that.
Okay, back to live action now. Almodovar on serve at 7-9. 3-point run by IPFW. That time rising up high. Great get by Almodovar. Spiegel back row off the blockers.
And the Shakers are rolling. I guess that must have been a handout at the door tonight, but the crowd is getting back into this game. IPFW trailing by 1. And the block. Raul Papaleo tips it back over the top of the net. And it's all tied up. And that's the first time IPFW has tied this one up here. They've trailed from the very beginning 3-0.
Going to have a substitution now. Paul Nikiforov coming in now. Dave Baer getting a rest.
And a service there right when IPFW were really on the roll as it's all tied up 9-0. Ball State once again back on the offense. But they're going to have a substitution. Paul Baxter is going to come back in. Number 11, Todd Reimer is going to take a seat.
A very crucial point in the match here. Reimer and Baer, both consistent guns for Ball State on the bench. Great get by Almodovar, slide and dive. Blatchley pushes it over. Play set blocked out of bounds. Ball claiming it hits Skinner. Doesn't get the call. Side out. Ball State.
And that, I believe, and not to correct you there, Paul, is a point. And Shondell still serving. 10-9 Ball State.
You're right. That is a point for Ball State. Now up 10-9.
IPFW needed a stop. They got it. Side out IPFW. Lloyd Ball's back to serve. It'll be interesting to see if he stays with a set serve or if he does a jump serve, as that's been effective for him tonight.
Gets the floater in nicely. Shondell handles off the blockers into press row. Raul Papaleo has been rather quiet tonight. Mentioned before, the leading attacker last year on IPFW with 490 kills. Blatchley!
A big time kill there by Blatchley, and IPFW back to serve, side out, trailing by 1.
Blatchley comes in and mainly plays the back row. He's up on the front right now. Good save that time by Almodovar. Shondell back set, dinked over. Papaleo still alive, 2 more hits. Skinner off the block out of bounds.
Side out Ball State. They're going another substitution. Bob DiDonato's coming in for, 15 Scott Oath is coming out.
DiDonato back on serve. Papaleo off 2 blockers. Shondell resets, back row attack. Skinner with a dink, Ball gets it. Blatchley off the blockers.
Side out IPFW Mastodons, Raul Papaleo. Back to serve. IPFW setting up their offense.
After the whistle, the server has 5 seconds to turn it in. To the court, and Blatchley, 3 kill attempts, tied up at 10 now.
Blatchley might have been the spark that IPFW needed right now, and that one was a little wide by Raul Papaleo. It's all tied up once again, 10-10.
Good serve that time, Ball State. Big back row attack by Pepe Ralat. Beautiful swing by Ralat, the back row.
Chad Blatchley.
Shondell, back set. Back to Ball.
Ball a little disturbed with himself, as that was definitely wide. It had no chance of going in, and it gives Ball State another opportunity to get this one rolling.
Kivarev back on serve. Amaldavar, bad pass to ball. Going back to Amaldavar. Off the blockers. Side out. We've been stuck on 10. IPFW Spiegel back on serve. And Reimer and Bear getting anxious on the sidelines, waiting to go back in for Ball State. That time tipped over beautifully. Shondell. A bad pass, Shondell. Peripheral vision, saw no one was up at the net, took advantage of it. Dinked it over that time with the right hand. Hard play. Quick hitter off the blocker, saved by DiDonato. Off the blockers, Blashley comes up with it. High set for Amaldavar, close to the net. Skinner, the off-balance set, plays it anyway. Top spin kill off the top of the net. Sort of a fortunate point for Ball State, now serving at 11-10.
Greg Romano trying to keep it going for Ball State.
Amaldavar going down the line that time. The few times we've seen him do that tonight, out of bounds. Paul Baxter. And Amaldavar on serve now at 10-11. Skinner now to set. Baxter came up with it. Ralat going to save. Amaldavar has to get it over. Does. Free ball, Ball State. Quick hitter. Amaldavar scrambles. Papaleo now. Just long.
Side out for Ball State. This one hanging close. It's definitely been side out quite a few times both ways, as we were tied for 10-10 for quite a while. It's 11-10. Ball State leads. IPFW trying to earn this one back.
Good service that time by Shondell. Mixing it up. Papaleo. Cross court for the kill. There was some question whether or not it went off the blocker. Called off the block. Side out IPFW. Ball back on serve at 10-11.
Good chance for Raul to get his confidence back. Just in the hit right before that, he was the one that gave Ball State the side out opportunity.
That time.
Blashley.
Free ball passed over the net. Blashley. His second such kill.
Even up at 11. Ball with the jump serve.
That time handled pretty well by Skinner. No tip that time by IPFW. Pulled back on a high flat kill attempt. 12-11 now ball. And here comes Reimer back in.
Got to get Reimer in there. His momentum is definitely uprising on IPFW's side.
Substitutions can only be made for the player that substituted. Reimer came out, Baxter came in, so the only way Reimer can go back in is if Baxter comes out. They wanted to get Reimer in the front row. That time Skinner with a good kill attempt. Spiegel into the IPFW bench.
A little bit of miscommunication between Amaldavar and Ball in the back row. They realized that. Side out, Ball State.
David Bear back in for Ball State. Tolliver coming out. And both those men are on the front row right now. Papaleo blocked by Reimer. Blashley with an off-speed kill attempt, still alive. Reimer setting Bear off the block, Ball State. 12-12 now, Skinner still on serve. Just missed
a little bit long. We've seen a few of those tonight, Paul. Service errors.
Pepe Ralat now on serve at 12. Good service. Skinner plays it a little hard off the forearms. Blocked. Spiegel. And Papaleo turned it back inside. 13-12 now.
Crowd trying to anticipate a little bit of a victory here, trying to get IPFW going, and another service there.
Arnie Ball throws his notebook on the floor. At this point in time, you just have to get the service in play.
I think he's quit counting the number of errors that we've seen so far. But once again, Ball State, it's never really hurt IPFW as they've turned around and almost given it right back in their hands. Raul Papaleo.
Papaleo, tough serve. Reimer rises up against two blockers. Still alive, Amaldavar down the line. It's good. And Amaldavar with a changeup of his own. Normally goes cross court. Went down the line that time against one blocker. 14-12. IPFW trying to close out the third. Ball State will take a timeout and talk about it.
And the crowd is on their feet, that's for sure, as IPFW has a chance to wrap this one up.
I'll let you know, tune in to Channel 6 Thursday evening. It's the 21st of January. Basketball doubleheader on tap, 6 p.m. The Lady Knights from Bellarmine College take on the IPFW Lady Dons. Then at 8, the men action heats up. Bellarmine again against IPFW, and IPFW got off to a good start, ranked 4th in the nation before they took it on the chin at Kentucky Wesleyan, a point loss, and then Southern Indiana, another strong team in the conference, also beat them. So they're looking to rebound a little bit, and they should do well against Bellarmine College.
Yeah, it's another good event to come out and watch. If you can't, we hope you can catch it on Channel 6 right here at IPFW.
Okay, Papaleo now to serve it out. Shondell, place at that time, did not catch a blocker. Set 3, IPFW 15-12. Take a 2-1 set lead. And Chad Blatchley, the big key that turned it around, had 4 kills in the set, a couple off balls the net. We're going to game 4 right now. And IPFW carrying a little more momentum into it.
That was definitely needed for IPFW right now as they went down a hard one in game number 2. They came back but still lost that one 15-13. Had a rough time with game number 3, but got the momentum rolling and pulled it out. A lot of excitement here in the arena, a lot in the crowd, and now a lot in IPFW's team, and I think we're going to see that when they come out on the floor. There's a nice shot there of our own band. They keep the crowd going over there.
Okay, we're going to step aside for a little bit right now. We'll be back with set 4 on Channel 6, NCAA Division I.
A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Vince, come on, we're late. This headbagging is more fun than going through a windshield.
Good night from Iron Maiden. Drive home safe. Remember to strap yourselves in with your safety belts. You don't want to end up like Eddie. Belt up. Don't be a dummy.
Bonjour. French in Action, opening a new era in language learning. A television course in 52 lessons centers around a wonderful romantic comedy filmed entirely on location in France. The story of Mireille, Robert, Marie-Laure, and the mysterious man in black will help you to learn, to understand, and to speak French. Watch French in Action.
All the action of top-ranked men's volleyball this weekend at IPFW. Tickets available at all Ticketmaster locations or call 481-6643.
And that's a good idea to find out what you need to do to get tickets, because as we said many times, this one is a good one, and it's definitely, if it's not sold out, it's pretty darn close this evening, Paul.
I don't think they're going to turn you away at the door, but the stands are pretty much full. We have people standing outside the court right now.
For those of you who are taping the Indiana game, now is a good time to cover your ears. We're going to give a quick update for those of you who are not, and we're awful glad that you're tuning in to watch this exciting match. So here we go. Here's the score, 45-44. Illinois is leading in the second half. So
we'll pass that along. We'll let the final score go. You're probably tuning over right now. But anyway, if you're sticking with us, glad to have you here. During that changeover, Arnie Ball was talking to Pepe Relat on the bench and telling him about the block penetrating and showing Relat that he was moving his arms too far apart on the block. Ideally, the arm should only be about enough to squeeze the ball through, and he was giving up too many block kill attempts between his arms.
We just got a quick update there. This is the second largest crowd ever here, and that's a crowd of 2,300. So
a
really
great
exciting.
showing.
That's right. And that's what IPFW needs to do here in game 4. They got off to a quick start, and they haven't seen that since game 1, Paul.
Chad Blatchley has been a little bit of a spark plug, especially in that third set. He remains in. Reimer with a backcourt kill attempt, blocked that time. Tried to go through 3 blockers.
But they've been effective at that so far this evening, and that time IPFW able to put it together. What a backboard.
Serve is long.
Lloyd Ball, a little bit of quick celebration. Thought that one caught the back corner, but it's side out for Ball State.
Greg Romano on serve. Papaleo rising up against 2 blockers that time. Romano tried to come up with a save. Side out Fort Wayne. Papaleo with a kill. He's been a little bit lost in the offense tonight, not getting as many kill opportunities. Amaldavar has shouldered most of the load. But ball has gone to Amaldavar. He has been the hot player.
Bob DiDonato with a quick kill.
DiDonato, that's not something he does very often. He favors more the dink we've seen here tonight than he does the power attack. Relat bombing away. And IPFW picking up the pace a little bit.
IPFW trying to play a little bit of a psychological strategy there after that kill to the Ball State players on the other side of the net.
There's a little talking going on right now between the 2 teams.
3-0. Fort Wayne IPFW has not seen that since game number 1. They were trailing both middle games, came back to win game 3.
Papaleo with a deep service that time by Bear, has trouble passing it. Skinner rises up, blocked out of bounds. Blatchley couldn't turn it back inside.
Skinner back to serve.
Skinner now on serve. Amaldavar passes, quick set. That time by Spiegel.
Net violation.
IPFW into the net, point for Ball State. Skinner now serving at 1-3.
Skinner to serve.
Amaldavar now cross court. That time Bear didn't get there in time. Was reading the play but didn't get there in time. Side out IPFW.
Chad Blatchley back to serve.
Bear now the pass. That time blocked by Ball, and you really don't have to get much over the net. The penetration is what does it for you. That time roofed it right back at him. 4-1 now IPFW. Reimer with a good kill attempt. Amaldavar saves it, still can get it over. Good get there by Papaleo. Blocked wide. Bear coming up with a kill. Those 2 players there, you see Dave Bear, Todd Reimer have been the big guns tonight for Ball State.
Short serve.
Good serve that time. DiDonato made Amaldavar come up and play that one. Amaldavar did not come up and get that one in time. Ball had to set the ball below his head.
Caught IPFW off guard, that's for sure.
Tries it again. Amaldavar, this time a much better set. Going back to him. Blocked inside. Big block by Reimer. One-on-one blocking. Time funny, Reimer closed his eyes. You're not supposed to close your eyes on that block, but he managed to turn it back inside.
He definitely saw the hole and put it there, and this time IPFW gets a break, as I think they called a double hit there for Ball State Cardinals, and inside out IPFW.
Spiegel now on serve at 4-3 in the fourth, up 2-1. Great play set run that time. Quick hitter got a blocker up early, and Reimer converted.
Chance for Ball State to tie it up. 4-3 IPFW lead.
IPFW changing their serving strategy a little bit. Ball with the kill attempt. They seem to be going down the line a little bit, making a Baltimore move to get the ball more, to pass the ball.
Substitution coming in for Ball State. Number 7, Paul Baxter, is coming in, and Todd Reimer is going to take a seat.
Reimer coming out. Baxter going in to play back row. He'll come out as soon as he gets up in the front row. Tough service that time by Amaldavar. Service ace. Bear could not come up with it.
And a 5-3 lead IPFW. Ball State does not want to allow IPFW to get any kind of momentum or run going, as this one would finish it up for the evening. So they definitely want to stay tight. Now's a good time for Ball State to call it off and find out what's going on, get the momentum stopped.
Oh, really what I think Coach Don Shadell wants to do is he wants to make sure who's handling the passes. That time Bear stayed back. He's been handling most of the passes tonight. IPFW is starting to mix up their serve a little bit too. So we'll see. I think he just wanted to get straight in everybody's head who was going to handle the pass that time. Skinner and Bear have been handling most of the passes up to Shondell, and Ball State has been pretty much free of the errors tonight.
Waldemar back still serving for the IPFW Volleyball.
Baxter from the back row. Caught the line, or no, we have a net violation on IPFW. Dave Bear back on serve at 3-5.
Dave Bear back to serve.
Ball now, high set to Papaleo, down the line, saved, still alive, 2 more hits. Papaleo, cross court, off speed.
And a play from the crowd.
Good hustle there by Di Donato.
Volleyball back to serve.
But it is a kill for Papaleo.
Volleyball with a tough jump serves.
Well played by Bear. Off the blockers, 2 more hits. Ball now, that was a bad set, a low set by Papaleo that time, and he's not pleased with himself. That was just a little too deep into the net for a ball to reach. Just a little too low. Side out Ball State trying to get back in this thing. 3-5. Good serve by Romano. Blashley bombing through and sticks it in on Shondell. Shondell's only 6'2", and he's the setter. Good play when he had him up there one-on-one to go right at it.
Blatchley trying to get the energy back onto IPFW's side of the court. He's able to do it one other time.
Tough serve by Rolat that time. Ball State out of sync. Half free ball. Dumps it over for IPFW. Quick hitter that time. Spiegel. One-on-one over Donato. Donato didn't go straight up. Tried to cover to the left side. Spiegel with a strong kill. Good block that time, 2-man block again for Ball State. Did they catch a finger? Ball State pulled back in time. Kill attempt long, side out Ball State. Now at 3-6 is setter Shondell. John Shondell, the son of Coach Don Shondell. He's in his 29th year at Ball State. Papaleo now coming to the fore. It's been sort of silent tonight with the kill attempt there. Papaleo now will be back on serve. Reset now. He has 5 seconds to serve. Bad pass by Bear. Shondell handles. Skinner from the back row off the fingertips of Spiegel and Blatchley. Side out Ball State.
Substitution for Ball State, number 5, Paul Nicoforo. coming in for Dave Bear.
Reimer getting an extra long rest now. Baxter has stayed in. Nikiforev also in the lineup, and that time Spiegel goes over the blockers. Chad Blatchley now on serve. Spiegel got some playing time at the end of the year last year. Blatchley has done that twice now. He's played well otherwise. Side out Ball State. Spiegel, though, was not a starter right away. He didn't start in every game last year. He came on late for IPFW. There you see him with a kill attempt.
IPFW with a quick return there, and they get the ball back.
Good serve by Spiegel. Paul Baxter with a kill attempt. And again, balls are hitting the floor on IPFW's side. Ball State is digging almost everything. Yet they trail 3-6 here in the fourth. Spiegel that time with a big hit. Ball is going to the hot man, Quentin Spiegel, out of the back row. IPFW, a lot of weapons.
We've seen a lot more, I believe, here, Paul, in Game 4 than we've seen so far this evening.
Good get that time by Baxter. Ball with a dink attempt.
Tough break for IPFW.
Paul Nikiforev comes through.
As Norman sorry about that, Almodovar. I'm going to get his name right yet this evening, but he played a ball that was definitely long. And kept it in play, and it worked out for Ball State.
This time Almodovar, good pass. Papaleo rising up. He's got it going now in the fourth set. IPFW into the net, though. Point for Ball State. Now 4-6. Oh, that time. Almodovar with an error, just didn't pull back in time. That serve was going to be long. A good dead ball serve by Nikiforev.
Ball State on a little run of their own.
That time caught the line. Good call by the official there. Timeout. IPFW.
Ball State on a 3-0 run, and it's all tied up 6-6 in Game 4. And Arnie Ball is not pleased right now.
Well, that's just a lack of concentration back there. Almodovar has been handling most of the passing. It is a huge responsibility when he is also bombing from opposite ball on the kill attempts. But he's got to know where that end line is back there.
And we're
differences you see between this year's team and last year's?
I think the biggest difference is that we're a much more oriented unit. Last year when things went wrong, sometimes we kind of separated our own individual things, and I think the trip to Puerto Rico really put that in perspective and allowed us to come together as a group. I mean, we didn't know any Spanish, so it was either look upon ourselves or look upon no one, and I think that's going to be a big difference people see on the court.
Okay, back to live action now. That time Rolat, front row kill attempt. Good timeout by IPFW. Running set play. Rolat has been hitting well in this fourth set, as been Spiegel, Papaleo, and Almodovar. That time great serve by Ball. Reset Papaleo, now sets to Blatchley cross court. That time the high set gave Ball State plenty of time to get a two-man block up. Romano and Shondell turned it back inside. Ball State now on serve. 6 apiece. Almodovar handles the serve. Rolat. Quick set. And Rolat back on serve. Tough serve that time by Rolat. Skinner down the line. Dug out by Ball. Has to get it over. Does. Great get there by Baxter. Romano. Almodovar plays one. Might have been out of bounds. Rolat that time. Misses wide. That time Rolat just got a little bit too much underneath the set. Played the ball back behind his head a little bit. Shondell, the setter, back on serve now. Rushes up to get in position. Good get by Romano. Still alive. Another hit now. Blatchley cross court against two blockers. They pretty much saw Blatchley from that side. That time ball, did he catch a finger? Caught a line instead. Side out, IPFW.
Lloyd Ball heading for the corner again. This time successful, and it's side out IPFW. Raul Papaleo.
Great set there by Shondell. It was a little off, though Skinner. I'm not sure if he meant that one for Skinner or not. Point IPFW. Papaleo on serve, 7-6. Kieferev with an error. Time Spiegel, the quick hitter. Got away with one. It was a little off there.
Good tough serve by Papaleo. Didn't give Ball State a chance to get anything set up. Right back to IPFW and Spiegel.
Serve long by Papaleo. Ball State. Skinner on serve. Craig Skinner. From Muncie, Indiana, 6'1" senior. Olivar comes up, gets it. Right back to him, Olivar. Big kill.
And Blatchley's heading back for IPFW. We'll see if he can break the trend.
Gonna reset here. Blatchley with another service.
Replay. Blatchley to serve.
Replay now. Blatchley serving. Handled by Skinner. Poor pass. Shondell comes up with it. Big swing by Kieferev. Up blockers that time. Went through 6'9" and 6'5". Quentin Spiegel, 6'9", Lloyd Ball. Good kill that time by Ball State. Now serving at 6'8", Bob DiDonato. Bad pass that time by Moldovar. Dug nicely. Donato. Or DiDonato rather. Room back to Moldovar. One-on-one.
No chance for Ball State.
Moldovar is pretty much unstoppable one-on-one. Tonight anyway. Quentin Spiegel goes back on serve. Kieferev against two blocks that time. Moldovar comes up, teams with Relat, and they roof him right back. 9-6 now IPFW. The momentum definitely swinging 6 points away from a match win and a trip out to San Diego in February.
Big block for IPFW. Let's see if they can keep it going.
Oh, good swing that time. Romano comes through, clutch play. Good call by Shondell right over the middle. That time, Coach Arnie Ball off the bench asking, where was the blocker at? Papaleo, weird pass, does the job. Spiegel, big back row attack.
Side out. Volleyball as they lead. This is game 4 if you've just tuned in. 9-6.
Norman Moldovar jump service. Skinner handles it, overpass. Still alive, Shondell resets, tough back set. Handled nicely by Romano. And one thing we haven't seen, Christy, we might see it now with some substitutions. Todd Reimer and Dave Baer, the two big guns for Ball State, the first 2 games, have been resting a little bit, or I don't know if it's for disciplinary reasons or what, but they haven't been in lately.
No, Ball State needs something to shake it up right now.
Playing good defense, but the offense has a little bit of a varied attack for the Cardinals. Ball pushes it over now. Shondell, back set. Tough play for Baxter, one-on-one. Gets it through Papaleo. Papaleo on his heels that time.
Crowd was calling for, I believe, a carry, but it wasn't happening, and there's another point for the Cardinals.
Ball to Kieferev back on serve. It's 7-9 for Ball State. Trying to stay in this one in the 4th. Down 1-2. Pop, scratch that Relat. The off-speed quick set.
Felipe giving the IPFW side out.
Shondell, great play to get that ball over. Now IPFW has to scramble, and that time a poor set by Quentin Spiegel. Blatchley had to go backwards for it.
Greg Romano to serve.
Great play by Shondell. Tipped that ball over on the second hit. Handled nicely by Papaleo. Spiegel called for it in the back row. He sticks it through to Donato and Skinner. Relat on serve at 9-7. Skinner off the block, side out Ball State.
John Shondell back to serve.
Shondell on serve. Bolivar. Jump set by Ball. Relat has to stay away from the net, does. Combo play that time, rising up. Papaleo.
Side out Fort Wayne. A lot of action out here so far, and we're glad you're tuned in to us. Service. Oh.
That time the ball just ticked the net. Break for Ball State. Would have been a service ace for Papaleo. Instead, side out. Craig Skinner on serve. It's